marsh and everything is, it's my world. It's everything. Anyone that knows me knows that it's not home because I grew up here. It's home in my heart. It's what makes me me. The most challenging part about being an entrepreneur to me is actually trying to convince someone else of a good idea. I'm so ADHD, I think of ideas all the time. And David Neelam's at the Don Ryan Center will even tell you that I've got ideas all the time, and he sits there and tells me, Ross, focus on one thing at a time. Hopefully 2018 will be one of our biggest years yet. It definitely was a long, hard road to get here, but we're finally making it. Taylor Offshore was an idea I had, I think, back in 2007 in a hardware store line at Graco, oddly enough, playing with a keychain fastener, quick release fastener, and thinking about how I could implement that into some form of fishing lure. It just seemed too simple and easy. The first product we created was the Gamut ProLink system, which involved a male and female unit that worked very similar to an air hose fitting that would swivel inside of one another, that a fishing skirt with a hook set on the back end of it would attach to the female unit that would function as the head of a lure. And so then you could use it for dolphin fishing and wahoo, tuna, sailfish, marlin, all those types of things, but there was no leader associated with that lure. So it made it a quick release system that really and truly saved a lot of time and money. And that was our initial catch. Eric Olson actually brought the Don Ryan Center for Innovation to us. He contacted David Neelam, the director at the center, and they talked about the idea for almost a year before we actually went there, trying to figure out whether or not Taylor Offshore was a good fit for the center. And I went in and talked to David and kind of sold him on the idea that this was new and innovative, and even though it wasn't necessarily technologically based, it was something that would change an industry, and it has. You know, offshore fishing is a $1 billion industry easily, and we've, along with the Don Ryan Center, we're starting to change it in a direction that saves people money, but also helps the environment from keeping leader and other materials out of the water because they're not necessary anymore.
Where does this product need to be in the marketplace? How are you going to sell it? How are you going to get people to change really how they fish in a certain way? Because it's a revolutionary product. It's not an evolutionary product. It's revolutionary, and it takes a different mindset of how people fish. But once you use it and see it, you go, well, that makes so much more sense. But so how do you get that product manufactured? How do you get it packaged? How do you get it into the stores? How do you get people to learn about it? We had to work through all of that stuff. It's taken a long time to get there, but it's doing well. You've got a lot of pros and a lot of fishing resorts are using their products now, which has got to be very satisfying to Ross and Eric and Liv, and just to know that we had a small part in that makes us feel very good. I
am married, no kids as of yet. I would not be where I am today without her. Gallivanting all over the world, doing just crazy, stupid stuff. She's my rock. 2015, when I had my accident, I wouldn't wish what she had to go through on anybody. So I was in an accident in 2015, May 3rd of 2015 around noon. I'll never forget it. Doing what I've done my entire life, putting a boat in the water and jumping a battery off, and did not know that there was a fuel leak in the gas line. Went down to jump the battery off because I knew we had a dead battery, and connected the negative, and then went to connect the positive and smelled the gas right when the arced from the jumper cable. The fumes caught me on fire, and then the boat exploded, tossed me out of the boat, and I landed on my head, broke my neck, and severed my ear, and my wife was on the bow of the boat. She actually didn't end up getting injured, but she jumped in the water to pull me out. Took me to the Beaufort Memorial and intubated me there. Took me to Augusta Burn Center, and that really is what saved my life. I wouldn't look anything, or hell, I don't even know if I'd be alive right now if they didn't send me to Augusta. So doctors told me I was either a millimeter away from being paralyzed or dead. And it puts it all into perspective, really. You know, we do all this stuff, and we create companies, and like Taylor Offshore, and we do these things, and this, you know, we do it for this. We do it for our families so we can enjoy this together and have a wonderful lifestyle. But, you know, the company can go away tomorrow for all I care, if just as long as we can have this, as long as we can continue going out in the boat and skiing and fishing and enjoying this lifestyle and enjoying each other. The future with Taylor Offshore is bright. 2018 will be big. We've got a lot coming down the pipe. We just did a deal with the Tropic Star Lodge out of Pinos Bay, Panama, where they're using all of our dredge system, the Kraken dredge. And we're represented in Costa Rica, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Mexico, obviously the US and a lot of the Caribbean islands now. So hopefully 2018 will be one of our biggest years yet. It definitely was a long, hard road to get here, but we're finally making it.